This week's Common Sense Award goes to Jon Stewart. After the Republican convention and the Democratic convention, he revealed interesting Fox News coverage of the two events. Let's listen.
Which brings us to our new segment, Last Week, This Week. This week, some members of the Hollywood elite showed up to endorse President Obama. Fox News no like.
Do the American people, do they want to listen more to Hollywood celebrities and who they endorse? Sometimes they can't even really get into the details of policy. Or do you want to listen to people who've actually lived it?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, how'd you feel about Hollywood celebrity last week at the RNC?
I loved Clint Eastwood from beginning to end.
Many people thought that he was fantastic, speaking off the cuff, no teleprompter, didn't sound like a politician.
He was so Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, that's what I love about him.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Spoken like a woman who spends most of her mornings sitting next to two empty chairs. I tried to gauge the level of amnesia. Look, we already know Fox completely forgot the Bush presidency ever happened, but that was like 4 years ago. Now I realize they can't remember what happened a week ago. Much like Bridget Hume's cranium, because last week Hume couldn't get enough details and policy figures.
Wonderful example of what could be called the Ryan effect. Details of the tax plans, details about Medicare, the details of all these issues, point-by-point rebuttals to Obama attacks. You sense his knowledge. This is what Paul Ryan has brought to this race.
Yeah, how'd you like policy details after Clinton's speech?
It was wonky. He got off into policy details at greater length. If you're trying to follow along, you get a little bit lost in all the details, and it seems to me that a lot of the arguments, therefore, is going to fall away because people simply can't remember them.
Oh. Now, Britt, you'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at what people can remember. Like a week ago, you loved policy details. Even Fox's head news guy thinks we're all goldfish. Here's what he said last night after the president's speech.
We heard a lot of goals tonight, but we heard no specific plans. No specific plans about how we would grow this economy. No specific plans about how we would put 23 million Americans back to work. No specific plans about how he would deal with the entitlements.
Cogent analysis immediately following Obama's speech. Last week after Romney's speech,
guys, I was going to go through a long checklist of what I liked about the speech and I didn't like, but it's silly because tonight people are only looking at these extraordinary pictures of these beautiful families, and, I don't think anything that you can say is going to match any of this. So I'm just going to shut up and watch.
You know what? That's a good idea. I think Fox News just found a great new slogan. Shut up and watch.
Alright, so this really highlights why liberals and progressives scoff at Fox News and don't even consider it simply a conservative channel. It's more of an absolute joke. It's basically a parody of itself. It's a clown organization that you would have to fully drink the Kool-Aid in order to watch it, and even take it semi-seriously. And I have no problem, I want to be clear about this, I have no problem with somebody being a principled conservative and having genuine disagreements or debates with them. What I do have a problem with is somebody being so intellectually disingenuous that they use an argument to explain why something is good, and in the next breath use the same argument to explain why something is bad. So for a great expose of true Fox News priorities, Jon Stewart gets the Common Sense Award.